Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic. This is the place where you find new talent, new faces, and upcoming stars here live on the show all the time. What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. I'm excited. I got a great guest coming to the show tonight. Good friend of mine, great director out of the MD, um, by the name of June Daguiso. Great guy, great director. Has put out several films. One of them named Saving Anna, uh, which which was a movie he directed and wrote, was edited and started and received three nominations in the first round of last year's Oscars: Best Feature Film, Best Actor, Best Original Song. It was screened at Cinema Village in Manhattan, New York, alongside some of the biggest films in the world. Um, the movie's directed and edited. Um, Another film, Lion of Judah Legacy, which was written by Frank Cisco Anderson, also received a nomination at the Golden Global Awards. Folks, so today we'll be talking to June. I'm excited to also be a part of this film, Saving Anna. I do have a trailer for this film. Once June come here and we start talking to him, I'll show you guys the trailer of Saving Anna. Um, and it's amazing, folks, to get to meet people from around the world and being able to work with them. And June has been not just a great director, but he's been a good friend to me. Always have. And any upcoming film that he has and he feels that I can play a role in one of his films, he always reaches out to me and gives me an opportunity to be a part of his films. So it goes a long way with him and I. Among some of the other actors, Lacey Lace it's also in this film. Catherine Muhammad is also in this film. Bella Levy is in this film. Among other great actors on this film, and even June plays a part in Saving Anna. So, it's been a long journey for me and for everyone else, um, and to be able to work together as a team in this film has been fabulous. Folks. So I can't wait for him to come on here so we can start the interview and find out exactly what else he got going on um, in this present day. What is he working on? It's always been great to know what people are working on, and what's coming for the future. Also, big shout out to my good friend Nicole Butler Vegas, which is now working on Desert Fiends 2 with Sean C. Phillips and Craig, her husband, Greg, Kevin, which is Craig, which is an amazing guy. Um, he does a lot of the things behind the scene among everyone else that's coming out to play for Desert Fiends 2. Uh, so I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Also, guys, you guys know that I'm working on a film with my partner Denise Pounds, Vampire Vendetta. We've been campaigning. We're trying to get some some money up to shoot the teaser to this film. We've been working hard with the team. Big shout out to John Potash as well. Big shout out to Sandy Johnson, that's part of this as well. And big shout out to all the paranormal teams around the world. Susan Victoria is also part of our team. She's a paranormal investigator. She's amazing. She had a show on the other day. I tapped in a little bit to watch her. Also, Sean Ellis is a great guy for External Wolf Pack. He's an amazing guy. We've been friends for a while, and I remember when he first started, things weren't really going his way, but now he's been booked. He's been doing a lot. You know, he's we got to chase him down and get on the show. We got to get in line now to get on Sean Ellis's show, folks. Before you can get in there, he'll book you in right now. Now he's ahead of the game. Now he had so many people wanting to come on the show, and that's great. That's what it's all about, and I'm happy for him. He's put in a lot of work. He's been working with different, paranormal teams until he finally got his own, and he's doing very good for himself as far as bringing people to his show. That's amazing, and that's what it's all about, man. Stay consistent, stay working, and eventually, people start coming to your page and want to be a part of your interviews and stuff like that. So, folks, that's how it's supposed to be, and supporting one another, right? Supporting one another. Me, I've been doing this for a long time, and my show is different from the paranormal shows because I'm not a paranormal investigator, but I do love them. I do love their shows. There's always interesting things that they talk about, and I'm always intrigued of what got going on. So I just want to thank all of you guys for being great, for being there for me, for supporting me, for giving me opportunities to be on your show because you guys are amazing. Um, I do have my guest here, I believe. I don't see him, but I believe that. Give me 1 second. Let me bring him on. See if he's on here. Oh no, not yet. So, so I'm excited, folks. And I just want to say that I'm very grateful for having you guys as my friends, as partners and stuff like that. Because you guys are fabulous. And everyone deserves an opportunity. Everybody deserves to shine. And so Shauna's doing great, Victoria's great, everybody's doing their thing, and it's great. It's great to know. Sean, what's I was just talking about you. I didn't even look at the comments. What's up, Sean? What's up? What's up? That's my man Sean right there. Sean Ellis from External Wolfpack Paranormal. Great guy. Okay. Great guy. Hi Sue. How you doing? Thank you for logging in. Janine Rogers, what's up? How you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. Thank you for logging in. So I do have my guest here on my panel, and like I said, great guy. He's not just a director from the MD, but he's also a good friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time. Mr. June Daguiso, and I'm gonna bring him on this panel. We're gonna talk to him and find out exactly what he got going on at this present day, and we're gonna talk about a specific film called Saving Anna, which is a great film that he directed and put together. So please welcome my man June to the show. June,
Hey, how
how
are you
are
doing,
you?
brother Victor?
How you doing, June?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a while since we actually talking because I know we're both busy. How are you?
I'm okay. I could be better, but I'm okay. I'm surviving.
Yeah, I had quite a few health issue, but I'm dealing with it, with everything. So I'm still alive and still doing what I need to do. You know, what I need the love most, which is creating content.
Right, and it's all we can do is deal with what comes our way. We're not always going to have everything going good, right? We have those days, those moments where things go bad, and especially with our health or just things in general, and we just got to deal with it, find a way to deal with it.
Right, right. And I think mine started with during COVID, and it took me a long time to deal with it. Now, on top of that, there's another thing that come up, which is the anxiety thing. I guess has something to do with everything that I'm doing. We just came back filming from the Bahamas,
Yes.
filming 4 movies. When we get back, everybody gets sick, and it took me a while to recover, but I think I'm slowly, almost 99% recovered.
Yeah. I don't like those cruises because it's congested. It's the boats there. You're moving in hallways, people breathing. You don't know who got what, and you can catch those things.
Right,
You,
right. Yeah,
you
but
know,
we had a blast. We had a blast. I brought 22 of my actors, and everybody had a great time.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
you make it happen. That's one thing about you. You get it done, and that's important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. So, before you came on the show, and I introduced you. I was talking about Saving Anna,
Mm-hmm.
because it did get nominated 3 times for best song, and film. Um, you want to tell the viewers, how did that come to play? How did Saving Anna come to play?
Well, I met this guy. His name is uh, Dennis Smith. He submitted this song in the festival a couple years prior, and then I kind of like it. It's like almost like 3 decade song. It's been very popular. I would say maybe 25, 30 years ago, but nobody picked up on it. And then he submitted it to the film where you got in, which is The Return of Jade Brooks. If
Right.
you remember that, I cast you
Yes.
in the very first film that I put you. It's an
Yes.
action drama. It's kind of like uh, part of the storyline is about human trafficking. So he submitted it, and I like it. So I put it in the movie, but it didn't go anywhere. So he started submitting it to a lot of international film festival and racked so many awards for best original song for a lot of international. I think probably I would say probably about 100 film festival international. So it's being noticed. But then when I started writing Saving Anna, right after that, I said, wait a minute, this is perfect for Saving Anna, and that's what I did. I put it in Saving Anna, and of course during that time, it's a lot of accolades already from a lot of international film festival. So we submitted it to Oscar, and guess what? You know it. They accepted it, and was originally nominated for best original song for the movie. Uh, so we did that. We submitted there, and then after that, part of the requirement is we need to have a theatrical distribution or show it in the 7 major city that recognize to be an Oscar as part of the requirement. So I premiered it in New York in Cinema Village for 7 days, for showing every day, and during that time, Oppenheimer and Barbie was playing. So the two biggest film in the world was playing, and then you see at the bottom of the schedule is Saving Anna. So and then after that, after they checked out on it, we got into the first round, and then I learned that not only got nominated for best original song, but it also got picked up on best feature film and best actor. So I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is unbelievable. So, of course, when we look at the file, we look at the people that got in, I would say probably almost 200 films from around the world got picked up on the first round. And
Wow.
then, of course, on the final round, which is the final selection, they only pick up what, five out of the whole, and a majority of them, of course, from Oppenheimer, Barbie, and all the A-list Hollywood in the industry, which is, obviously those are the top five in terms of the nomination. And I'm blessed enough to be part of the first round, and that is something that I can brag on. Hey, we got into Oscar, which is a lot of film, even Hollywood film, even hard time getting into the first round. So I'm
Wow.
blessed enough to be part of the first round. So I was like really like so proud of it, and that's a blessing. And you're part of Shaping Anna.
Yes. So I do have a clip here I want to show real quick before we move on, so the people
Okay.
know what we're talking about. I'm pretty sure a lot of them haven't seen um, the trailer of Saving Anna. So, I want to show the people a quick clip of the trailer.
Okay.
So here we go. Let me just put it here.
Where are you now? This is in Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man has sexual relationships with another man as he would a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. Don't interrupt me, woman.
See, that right there, perfect example. I have been your wife for 27 years, and we can't even have a simple conversation between husband and wife.
What? What's going on?
Our daughter is in a bad place. Apparently, we have missed some serious warning signs.
Hey, Jimmy, I heard the good news. You're finally out of here.
You did?
Yeah, the parole board just finished. They said all your good behavior while you're here really paid off. Did a lot for your case.
Gene is out. He came over to see me yesterday at the restaurant.
How come nobody knew about this, Primo?
I have no idea. They must have let him out on an early release program. He was supposed to serve 20 years or more.
So when did you get out of prison?
Last week. Do you happen to know if Jimmy's daughter still lives here?
Well, we haven't seen her in about 3 years now. We don't even know if she's still alive.
But I will find our daughter.
What? How are you gonna find her?
That God has seen us. We know that God has heard us.
Why did you leave them at home by themselves? My mom was walking in the middle of the street. What is wrong with you?
Well, they're here now, so what's the big deal?
What have I done? I'm supposed to be the pastor. She's gone. I killed her.
Pretty sure that you know Anna since you've been working here for a long time.
You got my money?
Oh, come on, Janet. You can do this one more time. One more time. You could be a nice guy.
This is what I'm talking about. See, this will definitely make me remember you next time you come by. The name is Buck.
I'm expecting another client in about an hour or so.
You know why they sent you here? To be trained.
Sir.
To be disciplined.
I want to go home now. Please just take me home.
Cause you know my name. Going through a storm, so I'm stuck in the rain. Right. Wouldn't understand it.
Yes.
Pretty good, right?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was definitely a great story. And I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this film. That's going to be a classic.
Yes, it's going to be there in the book. And I show it only 3 times in the DMV area, and I was invited to show it in West Virginia in the oldest theater there, along with the other movie that I'm going to be, The Road to Absolution. So I'm waiting for the go signal from the theater there because I was invited by Lo, which is one of my great actors right now, and she's from there. And then after that, we'll see what happens. I'm just waiting for a distribution. Sometimes it takes a long time to get the distribution. But for me, it doesn't really matter because I think it's there. It's going to be there, and people will see it eventually.
Yeah.
Everybody will see it eventually.
Right. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but I was told it was very good. Everybody did great, which is wonderful. And you didn't just write it and direct it, but you also played a role in this film.
Yeah, I played the lead role in the movie.
Right.
I'm my story there. I'm locked up in jail for 2 decades. I got out. I haven't met my daughter, which is name is Anna. And then, so when I got out from prison, I started looking for her. Of course, everybody else was move on to their life. And then the other Anna actually was growing the same place where I was living before when I got locked up. And of course, there's a story about my daughter, Anna, and the pastor daughter are having an affair. They're both lesbian. So I end up, I'm just going to give you what's the storyline of this. People have probably have interest to watching it. And of course, me as a, don't know anything about after 2 decades, and then the pastor is so conservative against LGBTQ and blah, 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 because they're very conservative, finding out that her daughter is something that she wasn't they were expecting. And after all of this, they run away with my daughter and everything, and my daughter got killed. Uh, and I, of course, I find out, thinking that the other Anna is the one that I was looking for. I didn't realize that not my daughter. It was the other Anna. But I still end up saving Anna because they are both into human trafficking.
Right. And that's the thing, because it has a twist to it. You
Right.
know, that's the beauty of it. It has a twist. You think your daughter's alive and she's dead. You're actually uh looking for Anna, but it's not your daughter. It's another Anna. But you end up still saving her. So, you know, that's the beauty of it, because that's the twist of the film, you know. And Gwenny here, Gwen Rogers, she played your wife in this film.
Right.
And she did a great job as well. I played a Goonie, folks. I played one of the bad guys. June gave me the bad guy role. But you know, overall, you know, it's a great story, and it's something that I was proud to be a part of, because I'm very big in human trafficking. You know, it's real. It happens every day that we speak, probably happening right now as we speak, and it needs to be exposed and talked about, because you know how many families are out there missing their children, their wives, you know, over this trafficking, and there's need to be exposed, and stories that people go through, of those that make it out, right? And are able to tell the story on what happened to them. And I salute you for that, because you know you put together a masterpiece that it's not just well put together, but it tells a story. You know?
Well, I've been doing quite a few human trafficking film. Before Saving Anna, way back, I produced this movie. I wrote, produced, directed, and played the role. It's called Bring Me the Head of Jade Brooks. Supposed to be an action film, but it ended up to be an action drama. So I did that for the purpose of human trafficking. That was back then, several years ago. And then after that, of course, I made a sequel, which is Return of Jay Brooks. That's where you are first met you through Bella Levi, and then Saving Anna. So it's like almost 3 films back to back with the same premises about human trafficking, and then I put a little bit twist on it, and there you go. You get picked up to the biggest platform in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, 3 times. It's been nominated 3 times, and that's you know, that's amazing.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you, the people that are part of this film, Saving Anna, should also be proud, you know, because you're in the film. You know, so it's like you'll be nominated.
Yes.
You know,
best feature film. That's something like that covers everyone.
Yes.
You know, it's hard to even get the recognition. You probably can get. I thought we're only gonna get best original song because Dennis Smith put an amazing song there called "Missing Children." It's really a great film, and every time you listen to it, and then you're affected with that thing, you will make you cry. It's amazing song.
It is, and you know, people should be proud of 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 this film. I am, and I haven't seen it yet. And but I know from what I hear, some of the actors say, "Hey, man, this was great. June did a great job putting this together." And so the return of Jay Brooks is kind of like the first step of that to saving. It's like saving Anna's the second. Looks like it's part two, even though it's
Well, actually, it's not. It's three. The return that Bring Me the Head of Jade Brooks is the original, and then I wrote the sequel, which is Return of Jade Brooks, and then after that, I completely turn around and want to do something different. I want to do something where people talk about, like, of course, the LGBTQ. I want to create something that people will. That's why the trailer is there. If you watch the trailer, people are gonna think, "Wow, what kind of film is this?" Because it
right,
looks like a pastor bashing this group of people. But at the end of the day, once they watch it, a lot of people cry when they watch the movie at the very end. They cried, and I was looking at the emotion, and I said, "Wow, I make people cry,"
that's
and,
good.
and that touches me about the subject in terms of the LGBTQ, and of course human trafficking, and then there's a little bit of action in it, drama, and a twist of the whole storyline. I think uh, well, this to be honest with you, I wish I could have spent a lot more in terms of the quality, because we only spend, including the theatrical release, probably close to $20,000 in this film, which
Right,
is kind of high for indie films.
right,
But I don't regret it. I think it's going to be one of the movies that people will remember me, just because it got into the highest platform, biggest platform in the entertainment industry. And
right.
I just want to plug in also that I've been doing this for the last 18 years. It's not like I've been doing this very recently, but I've been involved in. I always wanted to be an actor many years ago when I was growing up, and then of course, I'm an Asian. I always watch Bruce Lee. I said one day I'm going to be like Bruce Lee,
Right,
right? But
right.
guess what? When I came to America, I'm already a black belt in Shotokan back home. But when I came in here, I signed up in Taekwondo. I think I'm pretty good at it, and then I've been doing it for quite a few years, and then I started teaching, and then from then on, I got picked up to be a stunt and fight choreographer in this one indie film, and that's where the whole thing changes, because as
Wow.
soon as I find out, wow, this is something that I can do, then I
Right,
become what I've been dreaming all about, to be an actor, and then on
right,
top of that, I didn't realize that I can also be creative. So I started writing some of my contents, because again, I'm an Asian. Who's gonna hire me to play lead role? So I guess what? I'll make my own film. And the
yeah.
very first film that I did, Full Circle, back in 2006, it's an action drama film, which everybody will love it. My first two film, everybody will love it. It's catered to everyone. And the very first film, Full Circle, with me and my brother Frank Anderson, we put about 35 original songs, including Charles Robinson, which is the Grammy winner in 2004. We got nominated in the Grammy 4 times on my very first film.
Wow.
And then the
That's
second one, I created this next movie, like same concept, Collide, another two Grammy nomination, but we did not win. And then after that, I think between that year until now, I probably wrote and produced little over, I would say maybe 60 films.
wow.
Yeah. So it's my passion, it's my hobby.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can
not
tell.
it's not something that I wanna be, like it's not my bread and butter, because I did work for the last 40 years since I came here, and acting and being creative is part of my being outlet while
Right,
I'm working, the real job.
right, right.
Yeah.
It's incredible, what you do. Um and you got a name for yourself out there in MD in Virginia, people know who you are. Uh and putting out these films ain't easy. I tell people all the time, I think acting is easier than directing and producing because that's the harder part of of filming, and I'm knowing that now. Trying to get campaign and trying to get funds for a movie that we're putting together, Vampire Vendetta, with my partner Denise.
Mhm.
Um, and that's the hardest part is getting the funds to shoot the teaser, the trailer, and then the film.
Mhm.
Um, so you being a director, you shooting it, you editing it, saves a lot of money. Because you know how to do all that. Uh, and then the actors, you have them there in the MD, or people like myself that fly, that go out there and to be a part of your film, that could drive out there. So you're pretty much grounded in your production team, because you have everything you need. Um, so what is your next step? Like what's next?
Uh, right now, I'm trying to beat my own record because last year I produced what 6 films in 1 year, and
Mm.
so far this year I have a project about 5 of them that I'm working on. It's 4 of them is in post production, which is the Embrace of Mateus Blood. That's in fourth series. It's a vampire movie, and then I'm doing this folklore called Aswang. I'm doing the part 3 of that. And then again, the Road to Absolution, which I'm going to premiere in March 29, along with the other film that I produced, directed, and wrote it for this guy who came all the way from the Philippines. So I asked him to shoot some of the scene in the Philippines, and then the rest of the scene, I shot it here.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so that's another trying to cater on the Filipino community that I can also write something about Filipino action drama films. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna air that in March 29, and then this other film that I'm trying to finish is a little bit something about related to what I'm experiencing right now, which is because I had panic attack almost a year and a half ago, uh, and then I wrote it uh, and now it's currently filming. It's called "Tired of Living, but We
Hmm.
Are Afraid to Die."
Oh
It's
wow.
something to do with people who are suffering from some type of mental disorder,
Okay.
but not all of them are suicidal. Some of them are, you know, are tired of living, but then they don't want to know how to end their life. So this is another uh, action romance kind of drama that I'm finishing up. And then lastly, Forever Young, this is totally different. It's like a sci-fi. Actually, it's not a sci-fi anymore. It's happening about stem cells where people die, where people living longer because especially the people who's the elite who making a lot of money injecting or getting stem cells to keep them living longer. And that's what I'm working on called Forever Young. So yeah, so a lot of project I'm working on this year.
You know, I think your content and putting these films together. You're doing a great job, and you know, from when I first started with you, and when Bella brought me in, brother Bella Livy,
Hmm.
um, I've seen you grow. You know, and every project is getting better and better. I'm like, wow, this guy is really putting in a lot of work. And content. Um, but you also did a film called Legacy with Mr. Anderson that wrote and directed. Tell me about.
Yeah,
Tell me about.
well, again, this Francisco Anderson is the first guy that came aboard in the MJD production. Uh, he's the one who write instrumental music with maybe he's more in the music side of it.
Mm,
He's a six-time Grammy nominee, and many years he wanted to write his own film. So he wrote this. It's supposed to be well, it's a comedy drama kind of slash superhero. It's called Lion of Judah legacy. He was trying to have somebody because I mean he acted in some of my film, but minor role. But he wanted to cast to play his role, but I convinced him, nope, you got to do it yourself because I think you're funny enough to do this. So I convinced him to play the leading role as for the Lion of Judah legacy. So we did that. And it's pretty funny. There's a lot of humor in it when you watch it, and especially if you know us, you're gonna be laughing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, and then there's a little bit about his story about it because it's about Ethiopia. I forgot what's the whole content of the storyline because I was asked to play a minor role
Right.
and directed it and edited the movie. And then we submitted to allow again into a lot of international film festival and won quite a few winning as best comedy or whatever else that we won. And then we submitted to Golden Globe this year.
Right.
And guess what happened? They
What
pick it
happened?
up. They pick up in the first round. So
That's
again,
awesome.
we get nominated in the Golden Globe on the first round.
That's
How
great.
how lucky in that situation where a year prior we got picked up in the Oscar and then this year we got picked up in the Golden Globe.
Right.
Of
That's
course, but we didn't make it to the final, but that's okay.
but that's okay. You got nominated. That's
Right.
that's good. That means people are watching and people are liking it. You
Hmm.
know, they're
Yeah.
they're watching it. So that's great. And that's what it's all about. And sooner or later you will get picked because it's like that.
Yes.
You got to get your crowd. It's like a wave. Once that crowd that likes it comes through, then it gets picked because that's the crowd that you needed to have there to pick that film.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
so being a director, producer, and editor, what do you find is the hardest part of everything?
To be honest with you, I those are something that everybody can learn. Directing a film, anybody can do that.
Right.
Okay, but the hardest part of the whole thing is creating a story, writing a screenplay. Those I think is the hardest part in the filmmaking industry. You know,
Right.
because and those are important. You got to have a good storyline, and then after that you have to have a quality, of course, and then also acting. Those are the three major components to make a great film. You see a lot of film in Hollywood with biggest star, some of them making 30-40 million dollars per movie, great quality actors, great cinematography, great everything because of the budget that they have,
Right.
but then the storyline is not good, so
Hmm.
it could flop. They could lose a lot of money. So the
Right.
number one thing to do if you want to be successful, I guess, is to create a story which is unique. And then from then on, you can add, if you have money, you can add the quality by putting a better camera, hiring best cinematography, and then of course hiring an editor to put it together.
Right.
And then find an actors that can play and portray the role that you're given them.
Right. Right.
So those are the last two. But the most important thing first is create a storyline or script that people will watch it. Otherwise, if you could have a great storyline, you watch it, you fall asleep, and you lost interest. But then
Right.
if you have a storyline where people can follow, sometimes they forgive you. Oh, quality is not too bad. Should look like they shot it in standard definition or could be black and white.
Right.
But once they tune in, but then wow, it's a good storyline, so people will tune in, right?
Right.
People will watch it. So
Right.
those are, I think, the most hardest part is creating or writing a script
Right. And
for
I
me.
agree.
For
I,
me.
I, I agree. For me too. I'm writing a story with my partner, but I'm writing kind of like a mob gangster type of movie
Mhm.
that I created. And it's harder when you're creating a movie versus when you read a story off a book. You got all the information in the book that you can create the story and the storyline. But when you create something from scratch, where you got to create the character, you got to put the storyline, you got to make sure that everything goes into place a little bit harder.
Mhm.
So, I'm doing that. But my writer she is an amazing writer. So when it comes to script writing and storyline, she's amazing. She's a great writer. Um, so the key components, like you said, would be great writing, great camera, great editing, and sound for me. You know, and of course the actor. So I have 5 things that you would, for me, my opinion, that a person should have when they create a film. You know, good directing or shots, good camera, good editing, good story, um, and good actors to bring out those characters.
Right. Yeah. If you can have that, of course, that's not part. But sometimes you do everything and everything, but you could spend a little money there. But the most expensive uh, that you will need to do is the promotion side. If you don't promote it, you don't edit everywhere, you might not get pick up, and or if you don't spend money on submitting it to the cheapest way for you to submit a good film is submit it to film festival.
Film festival.
Because once you submit it to several film festival, I don't know what's the minimum that if you keep winning, those are your promotion right there, submitted to film festival. As you know, I've been running a international film festival
Yes.
for the last 16 years. So
Right.
those are the another platform that you need to invest. Show it everywhere. It could be India, Africa, anywhere that you can think of
Right.
to put your film there. And sometimes they show it in those continents.
Right.
And the Hollywood, the Golden Globe, they also giving you some kind of points when if you've been winning in all these film festival, a lot of them, and they cannot deny you when you submit it to this because it won like a Missing Children won over 100 international film festival. So when we submitted to the Oscar, it's like they gave us a little bit of an edge because you've been winning to a lot of this platform. So those another thing that you should consider spending a little bit of money or putting it in, uh, international film festival.
Right. Promotion and marketing, promoting and marketing is where all the money goes to in a lot of films, because you need to promote it, you need to market it to the right places so that right people can look at it. Film festival definitely is somewhere uh, to put a film, especially for us as a new directors and new production team. That we don't have a record of what we have done in the past, but what we do have is an amazing team. We have an amazing writer. We have an amazing story. All we need to do is get that opportunity to show, either we're a teaser or a trailer, what we got, what we're trying to bring to the world as far as a storyline, right? Because what happens is sometimes you got great story writers that don't have a history of any type of film, and so it's harder for them to bring something to the table and get an opportunity. So I think that's what's happening to us right now. Nobody knows who we are, and so maybe investors are afraid to invest, or production placement, also another place we're looking at to give us an opportunity to show the talent that we have as far as writing, right, and storytelling. Because actors you can always get, right? You can have a good film, and an investor can see and say, you know what, you have a great stories, but the actors, I don't know, let's redo it, put these actors in it, and then we can talk.
Right.
uh, you know
Well, I have to tell you honestly, Victor, you're a good actor because when I first met you, Bella Leave, I said, "Oh, June, can you please put my friend, even just a background extra?" When I watch you and listen to you, I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm not just gonna use these guys an extra. I don't do that." So I
right.
gave you a small little
Bro,
dialogue and role, from Return of Jade Brooks, and guess what
Right.
happened for Saving Anna? I said, "Wow, this guy can really act." That's
Thank
why
you.
I gave you one of the most memorable scene in Saving Anna,
Yes, yes.
and there you go. I mean, I don't see why even other production company could hire you, not because you look like a bad, you know, bad guy, but you can play that role.
Yes,
But
yes,
then just to start to put your name out there, and then when you put your name out there, then when you create your own film, then that's
yes.
yours, that's your baby. You can do whatever you want to do with it,
Right,
and
right,
and but I would say that's keep on it, act in your film, in other film. I think you'll do great.
right. And and thank you, I appreciate that. And that's the thing. I we just did a film. Desert Fiend is out.
Hmm.
Is on all platforms. They gave me an opportunity as well. I played my role. They were happy with it. I was happy with it. That's fine with me. So I've been in a few films now. You know, and now I want to learn the backside of the filming, which
Hmm.
is the directing, which is the producing, the co-directing, the writing, what it takes to put a package together from the budget to the and all that. So that's where I'm at now. Uh, am I going to act? Yes. There's a couple of films that we are writing that I play a role, and we got a TV series called Pagan, which June, if you was to read that script, man, you'd be like, wow. She wants to turn it into a TV series. I play a role in that.
Hmm.
I got like it's not a major role, but it's one like a lead role, not a lead role, but um
Key role, a key role.
yeah, I got a key role in it.
Right.
So and it's a great story. People looking at it, and like I said, sometimes we have to wait for those opportunities and for the right and for the right person to read that story and say, you know what, we got something here. This can be something big. And
Hmm.
I think that my partner has the capacity to do that because she's a phenomenal writer.
Hmm.
And we're working hard. We campaigning right now for Vampire's Vendetta, which is a vampire film for kids.
Hmm.
Um, so we're trying to raise the budget for that film.
Hmm.
Um, but you on the other hand, you have you do it all. You direct it, you produce it, you write it, you edit it. So it's like you're ahead of the game,
Yeah.
and you don't need a lot. You don't need a large budget to make it look good.
Hmm.
Because you know what you need to make it look good. You know the actors you need to play certain roles because you've been doing it for a long time. And I ran that through my partner. I said, hey, we don't need $1 million to shoot a phenomenal film. As long as we got good cameras, good actors, a good storyline, and a great editor and sound guy, we can shoot it for 20 grand. And it could be it can and it looked like a Hollywood movie.
Right. Well, the key there, remember when we are filming Saving Anna, right? You came there as
Mhm.
an actor,
Right.
but then you see me, like, wait a minute, there's no cinematography here. It's just me, June,
Yes.
and Arlene.
Right.
And what I did, I put you in there. You become a cinematographer in that scene because
Yes.
I was thinking this guy one day is going to be doing a film. So this is your first lesson. I taught you how to do the angle and everything, and then from then on you can pick up on it. And
Right.
that's what I tell all my actors that I circulate because it's not that I'm cheap to pay $500, $700 for a
Right.
cinematographer.
Right.
What I do is whoever that I can use, if I'm on the scene, I set up the angle and everything, and the actor can all you can do is press this, and then
Yeah.
from then on be creative. So I'm teaching them at the same time in terms
Yes.
that they want to do become a filmmaker. At
Yeah.
least they are learning because that's how I learned. When
Yes.
I was started in this production company, this guy put me and let me hold the boom and watching him everything that he does. I watch him, and I was thinking, wow, I can do this, I can do that, and
Right.
that's where you can save a lot of money if you're serious about filmmaking. But then again, unless you have a lot of money, again, cinematographer, they charge a lot of money, especially if they include the camera, depending on what camera they're gonna use. You could
Right.
easily pay this guy between $700 to $1,000 a day just filming 2, 3 scenes. Why
Yes.
spending that much money if you can do it? You know?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like I know I can do it. I mess with cameras all the time.
There you go.
And I don't know if you've seen. I did a clip. I did like a trailer that I recorded with my sons. With the music, and that came out pretty good. It looks like really Hollywood stuff.
There you go.
I had a good camera. I got a Lumix camera.
Lumix, yes, I use the same Lumix camera.
Right. I have those Lumix cameras, which are very good cameras,
Mhm.
and I already know what angles I was looking for. And I shot it.
Mm.
And it came out pretty good. I said, "Man, I can shoot. I just didn't have a story to shoot. I just shot like a quick trailer,
Mhm.
a teaser, or whatever you want to call it, just to see how it would come out, and it came out really good. So I said, "Man, I can do this."
Yeah, there you go. I mean, as long as first thing you have to enjoy it, what you're doing.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you're not gonna enjoy it, don't look at it as, oh, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be making a lot of money with this film. It doesn't work like that. Just do it because you love doing it.
Yes.
Everything will happen later on. Your
Right.
money, your paying, that gonna come much later.
Yes.
Just have a content, do it as you wish, whatever, and then just put it out there.
Right.
And of course, be ready, because once you put a content out there, you might have a lot of people liking it, but double that or triple that, that people will hate it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just be prepared for that. Don't be sensitive. Like, oh my God, this guy said, oh, this movie crap. You're gonna
Right.
listen all kind of stuff. Remember, you're in the entertainment now, so be ready for everything.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
the most important thing here is it doesn't matter what they think. If you think it's good enough for you, then it's good,
Right.
right? Don't
Right.
worry about other people what they say about your film.
Right. There's always going to be people that are going to criticize.
Of course, that's
That's
part of it. Part of
that's just nature, you
Mhm.
know. But you're right. As long as you think you got a good project and you got a great storyline,
Mhm.
and shoot it, shoot it and see what you get back, and what feedbacks you get.
Mhm.
Of course, you got to prepare, like you said, prepare for those people that may not like it, may not like the concept, may not like the story, but you're gonna have people that are gonna like it because they
Yeah.
they can connect to it, and that's what it's all about, and you have a great, um you're a great creator, when it comes to filming. And the thing about you as a director is that you work with the actors.
Mhm.
you know you give us you give us a script, and then you say, if you can add anything else to it that you might think might go with it, then do it. And that makes a actor comfortable, brings the best out of the actor, because you're giving them that leadway to, you know add other things to a role that might work. And if it don't work, you might say, no, let's do it again, try it like this. And that's what I love working with you, because since I've known you, you've been like that. You always work with the actor, and you say, this is what I need you to say. After you say what I need you to say, if you feel that you can keep going on and add things to it, then do it. And that's just give us more leadway to do better things for the film.
Right, right. And that's supposed to be like that because everybody have their own styles of filmmaking, and there's some actors just like they stick to the script. Some directors say, nope, gotta do exactly what I tell you to do. Like in Hollywood, of course, they do that because they already know how. In Hollywood, you cannot do that. If you're in a big budget film, you
Yeah,
gotta
word
stick
for
to
word.
your role, word
Yeah.
for words. If you change it, you might get in trouble. They might kick you out of there.
Right.
But again, in the films, I'm pretty much open. I like being actors that can do improv.
Yeah, improv.
I love improv.
Right,
You know,
right.
so and this way can add more into the film, and then later on, since I'm editing it, then
Yeah.
I can either delete it or go back
Believe.
to the original one.
Right,
So
right.
but at least I still have a choice of which one is better.
Right. And that's great. I like to improv sometimes, because sometimes things come to my head too, and I can say, man, I can use this. Um, so that's what I love about you being a director, that you give that opportunity um to the actors. And I think that's great. And that's something that I'm gonna take with me as a director as well. You know, that that you do, and is giving people opportunity to do ad libs. If it's good, we're gonna run with it. If you got something that in mind that can be better, that can help the shot be better or the scene be better, let's sit down and talk. Let's take one roll to shoot it and see how it comes out. If it's good, we'll keep it. Because at the end of the day, right, June, even though it's your story, even though you're the director, is a team thing going on here. It's all of us together combined to create what you got in mind, what you vision. And if we can add a little bit more to it to make it, a little more exciting, then why not?
Yep. Yep.
And that's phenomenal that you do that. So where, if anyone who wants to see your film, like or trailers, where can they go um to see any of your stuff?
YouTube, I have over 200, more than 200 trailer there, and the other stuff that I do. If you go into YouTube, just type in my name, and you see a lot of YouTube that I posted in there. I know I have a couple of my films that you can watch it in Amazon Prime. You can watch it in Tubi. Uh, and then I also want to plug in that if they want to read some of my script, I wrote 14 books on Amazon.
Mm.
Same thing. They can just go to Amazon, type in my name, and they can see some of my book in there. So last year I wrote 15 books, and majority of them are based on the movie that I created many years ago. And
Mm.
I know few of them are something that I wrote for somebody based on the real life story. And then yeah, so and then of course they can Google me and see what type of work that I do. Uh, and you know, Facebook, of course, they can look me up in Facebook,
Right.
and also plug it in if they wanna. Anybody out there or filmmakers, even a screenwriter or music video artist, whatever, they can submit their their stuff to the World Music and Independent Film Festival, where I created way back in 2010, and I'm running the 16th annual gala and awarding in Washington, Dallas, Marriott. On May 1st, 2nd is the screening of the selected films, and then May 3rd is the actual gala and awarding. It's like an awarding for, like, I would say, like an Oscar, Grammy type of awarding for independent artists.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
maybe, if we get the our film shot, because that's the hardest part. We're trying to get it shot, June, and
Mhm.
maybe when they get it shot, maybe you and I can sit down and see if I can get it into your film
Festival.
fest.
Oh,
Film fest. Yeah.
you can also submit it as a screenplay, because we do
Okay.
have a screenplay
Okay.
categories there. We have all kind of categories.
Good.
I try to promote all independent artists, so we have everything that you can think of. First time filmmakers, first director, women filmmaker,
Yeah.
first time acting. I have all those categories.
Oh, good, good, good,
Yeah.
good. So that'll be great. I'll run that by my partner.
Hmm.
You know, um, and then of course we'll reach out to other film festivals and see where we can get them in there once we shoot it.
Okay.
Um, you know, uh, that's what it's all about, right, June? It's about teamwork, meeting people, connecting with people, working with people, and helping one another. And I'm big with helping and whatever I can do for
Mhm.
people, promote them here on my show as much as I can, and connect them with the right people, and or actors, whatever it may be, and give opportunities to people.
Yeah. And again, congratulate with your Don Big Show. You've been running this show for what now? How many years now?
Almost 8 years.
8 years.
Hmm.
Wow. And it's getting out there. People kind of. I
Yeah.
see some of your guests I've been watching, and then one day I said, I want to be in that show. That's why I asked you, hey Don, I think it's time for me to be part of your big show.
Yeah, you know what, June? It's amazing. You know, my story on how I got here. It's just
Mhm,
crazy.
mhm,
But I always tell everyone, anything in the world is possible. You just got to put your best foot forward and do it. There were times when I was going to stop it. I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I met some amazing people.
mhm,
I've been in amazing movies. I met celebrities through this show,
mhm,
from movie stars to celebrity boxers to famous boxers, all been here on my show.
mhm,
Paranormal investigators. So I know some people, met some great people. um and I said I'm not going to stop because I already got a name for myself. I go to Hollywood, people, and I said,
mhm.
if I say Victor, they don't know. If I say the Don Vic show, they'll be like, "Oh, I know. I've been on your show. I know people that have been on your show." And going to the red carpet last year in Hollywood, to be on the red carpet and being interviewed by other, you know, cameras there taking pictures at me and interviewing me was an amazing feeling.
Mhm.
And I don't consider myself a celebrity because I don't think I'm not a celebrity,
Well, you
but
are now.
I get that all the time, and I don't use it. I just think that I'm just a regular guy that know people, you
Mhm.
know. But yeah, people say, "Yo, you're a celebrity, you're a celebrity." Well, if you think I am, that's fine. you
Yeah.
know, I just don't really push it, but I guess they say it because I be around movie stars. I've been with movie stars. I've done movies with movie stars. Um, I guess that's where the celebrity comes from, right? Uh, but it's good to hear it, but sometimes it's not good to hear it because I don't want people to think like, oh, you bragging that you think you're better, because I'm not. I'm just me.
Well, let's look at this way. You should be proud because you created the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure part of your purpose is to promote everybody that comes
Yes.
into your show. And that's a big plus because it's not you creating your show to be famous, but you helping a lot of artists, upcoming artists, to promote themselves. And that's a good thing. You
Yeah.
helping these people to get into the platform
Mhm.
and to the industry. And that's something that's more rewarding than you being famous because you never know. You might meet somebody that got into the show and become big, huge, and that's all you want, like
Yes.
and,
Yeah.
I'm happy because when I first moving again, going back to the my first movie, I used some of the people who are extra, and now they're all over places. Some of them have their own TV shows in HBO and everything. Say, wow, this guy is in my first movie in full circle, and there he is, and I feel proud about it. And that's something that for me is more rewarding than anything else to help
Yeah.
other people, help other artists.
Right. And that's the thing, like you gave me opportunities.
Mm,
Nicole Vegas gave me opportunities to be in their films,
mm,
and I've gotten to places, June, right, that a lot of people haven't even got. People that probably done more films than me haven't even got to where I've gotten, as far as
mm,
red carpets in Hollywood, Hilton Hotel, around major celebrities and major actors, and I'm sitting there talking to them and collaborating with them,
mm.
and I've gotten there. I've done movies with you. I've done movies with Nicole. I'm now working on my own film with Denise. So I've come a long way, right? And
Right.
in a short period of time. So I think that I've done pretty good for myself. I think that I've met amazing people like yourself, great directors. Um, I've met directors that been on my show that done stuff with Mel Gibson, 50 Cent, um, that directed some of their films and that are good friend of mine's. So, my show, people know my show. When they say Don Vic, people know my show, and it's a great thing, you know. That people love it and people want to come on the show and talk about their upcoming projects or whatever it is. Um, it's a great feeling.
Right, and that's why I said, well, I think it's the right time for me because you become so huge that who are you? Who's June
Yeah.
Daguiso? That's why I said this is the right time. I want to get into the Don Big Show before it's going to be hard to get into the Don Big Show.
Yes. And I've slowed down a little bit because I'm working on projects and stuff, but everyone here is welcome, June, and definitely you're not just a great director and a great guy. You're my brother. You're a good friend of mine. You believed in me and gave me an opportunity to be in some of your projects, not just one. I'm on a couple of your projects, and I appreciate that. I thank you so much for believing in me and giving me those opportunities. And the bigger I get, the bigger we all get, right?
Right, right,
Because
right.
any opportunity that I can get that I know can benefit you, I'm going to say, hey, June, I got this opportunity. What do you want to do? Because I remember the good people. I know a lot of people, but I remember the good people, the ones that were there for me when I needed, and and were there generally for me. Those are the people that I want to bring up first if I ever get to where I want to get to.
Yep, yep, that's the go. And thank you so much for putting me in this great show.
Thank you.
And yeah, I can't wait to air it and let other people watch it.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're always welcome here. Anything you want to promote, you're more than welcome. Any actor that you want to bring here, either new or old, it don't matter. My platform is for me to promote them, and they're more than welcome here anytime. This is what I do. And any other projects that you want to talk to in the future or you want to show, you're more than welcome. Let me know. I'm going to be shut down for a while, and maybe in a couple months, in the next month, I'm gonna shut down the show because I gotta, I'm moving and stuff. So
Where are you moving at?
I don't know. Maybe around here. I'm not sure yet.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
or Providence. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So once I get situated, then I'll put the show back up.
Okay.
But I'm glad you came on before that.
Right, that's right. I have a feeling that it's going to be hard, and
Yeah,
But
yeah,
well, thank you, brother, and appreciate that you put me in your show, and
yeah, definitely.
looking forward with your project. And anything that you can ask my help in terms of whatever you need, just holler on me, and then I can see what I can do for you.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Everyone, this is June, director, producer, actor June Daguiso. Make sure you guys follow him. Check out some of his trailers on YouTube, on our platform. Check out his books as well on the platform. Make sure you guys support him. He's a great guy, and he's for the people. Okay. So you have a good night, June, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
All right, buddy. Yeah, folks, that's my brother there, director, producer, actor June Daguiso out of the MD. Great guy. Make sure you guys follow him, support him. You can go there on his website, check out his books and his trailers. And again, folks, this is what it's all about. It's about one hand helping the other. We get together, we all come up together as one. It doesn't matter who's above what, who's in the bottom. It's about teamwork. Teamwork made the dream work, right? And that's why we all here and supporting one another. And again, everyone's welcome here on the Don Vic Show. I do have another show at 7:00 with Crexton Hobbs, another director. We'll be talking about his latest film, A Way Out. I believe what's her name? Jessica Becca is in this film as well. But we'll be talking to Crexton, the director and the lead actor to this film, A Way Out. Make sure you guys tune in at 7:00, which is in another hour, and we'll talk to this amazing team that's coming up. All right, so you guys have a good night. See you at 7:00. It's your boy Don Vic. I'm gonna let y'all go with peace, love, respect, and all the vibes. And I am out of here.